Home sweet home. Everybody else met me down there. Out in the door, you guys. We're excited, man. I think Coach Veach and the entire staff have brought in some of our favorites in terms of coaches, but also some of the best in the league have been added to the team. So it's exciting times, and I'm just ready to get back in the Chiefs uniform, man. What's up, 1-5? Let's go, baby. Home sweet home, you know what I'm saying? You see this thing going on there? Got a little World Cup action. All right, dog. You already know, dog. Hoping rehab's going good, baby. Go to God, man. Love you, brother. Chiefs Kingdom, let's go, baby. It's official. Excited for 2026 and just excited to put on the Chiefs uniform in front of you guys again. Let's get Arrowhead rocking, baby. We'll see you guys in a few months. Yes. What's up, 1-5? Patricio. Let's go, baby. Home sweet home, you know what I'm saying?
Home sweet home. Look at the beard, too, man. The man's ready to go.
This thing going, man.
All right, dog. Congrats. I know you got stuff to do.
You already know, dog. Hoping rehab's going good, baby.
Yes, sir.
There's a moment in every great athlete's career when the conversation changes. It stops being about what they've done and starts becoming about how long they can keep doing it. And right now, that moment has arrived for Travis Kelce, not with a quiet fade, but with a contract that's loud enough to shake the entire league. Because when the Kansas City Chiefs handed Kelce a 3-year extension, potentially keeping him on the field until he's nearly 40, they didn't just secure a player, they ignited a debate, a real one. The kind that splits fans down the middle and lingers long after the headlines fade. And here's the twist. Not too long ago, people were worried he might retire too early. Now, some are wondering if he's staying too long. That right there is the strange gravity of greatness. Now, I've watched enough careers in baseball and football across sports to know that longevity is rarely a straight line. It's a curve, sometimes a steep one. And when you're talking about a deal reportedly worth over $50 million, revealed by insiders like Ian Rappaport, you're not just talking about numbers, you're talking about belief. Belief from a franchise that this man still has something left to give. Belief that the connection between Kelce and Patrick Mahomes is too valuable to disrupt. And perhaps most importantly, belief that the story isn't finished yet. If you're enjoying this deeper dive into one of the most fascinating decisions in modern sport, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the Kelce Report, because this isn't just about contracts, it's about legacy in motion. But let's not pretend this is all optimism and applause, because it isn't. There's a noticeable hesitation in the fan base, a kind of collective pause. People remembering the moments last season, the slight dip in explosiveness, the plays where he looked, just for a second, human. Not diminished, not ineffective, but touched by time. And time, as we know, is undefeated. Online reactions have been, let's say, unfiltered. Some fans are blunt, pointing to the physical toll, the accumulated hits, the miles already on his body. Others suggest those final years in the contract might not even be real playing years, more like placeholders, safety nets, financial maneuvers dressed up as commitment. And yet, even the critics sound conflicted. Because how do you doubt a player who's made a career out of defying expectations? That's the paradox of Travis Kelce. He's earned the right to be trusted, even when logic says otherwise. What fascinates me most, though, is the structure of the deal itself. It's flexible. It almost feels like an understanding between both sides, a we'll keep going as long as it makes sense kind of arrangement. There's a clear path for him to step away after the 2026 season if he chooses. And that tells you something important. This isn't blind commitment, it's controlled risk. The Chiefs aren't locking themselves into a rigid future. They're buying time, time to compete, time to maximize what remains of one of the most productive partnerships we've seen in years. Because as long as Mahomes is throwing and Kelce is reading the field like a chessboard, you always have a chance. And that chemistry, that almost telepathic understanding, doesn't just appear overnight. It's built over years. Reps, mistakes, adjustments, trust. You don't walk away from that lightly. Then, just when the conversation starts to get heavy, Kelce does something very Kelce. He shows up to sign the deal wearing a United States men's national soccer team goalkeeper jersey. Now, I'll admit, I had a bit of a chuckle at that. Here we are dissecting contract structures and career trajectories, and the man himself walks in looking like he's about to dive for penalties in a World Cup shootout. It's unexpected, slightly chaotic, and completely on brand. But even that small detail tells a story. It hints at a broader perspective. A man who isn't consumed solely by football, who's aware of the wider sporting world, who can step outside the intensity of his own career and just enjoy it. And sometimes that mindset is exactly what extends a career. Not the body, the attitude. Because here's the truth most people don't like to confront. The end doesn't always arrive with a dramatic collapse. Sometimes it creeps in quietly, a step slower, a reaction delayed by half a second, and suddenly the game you once controlled starts asking different questions. The real question is whether Kelce can keep answering them, and I think that's why this contract feels so compelling. It's not a victory lap, it's not a farewell tour, it's a challenge. A bet that experience, intelligence, and chemistry can compensate for whatever physical decline may come. A bet that Travis Kelce can evolve rather than fade. And if history has taught us anything, it's that the truly great ones find a way to adjust. They lose a little speed, gain a little wisdom. They stop relying on what they were and start leaning into what they've become. So, will he still be elite at 38, 39? I don't know. But I do know this. As long as he's out there reading defenses, finding space, connecting with Mahomes in ways that feel almost unfair, you can't count him out. Not yet. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. This contract isn't about how long Travis Kelce will play. It's about how long we're willing to believe he can play. And here